नमस्कार, मी प्रवीण धानोरकर. MPSC मेड सिंपल या यूट्यूब चॅनलवर तुमचं स्वागत आहे. आज मी दिल्ली येथे दृष्टी IAS इंटरव्ह्यू आपल्याला शेअर करत आहे. हा इंटरव्ह्यू शेअर करण्यामागे माझा उद्देश आहे की जे नवीन मुलं तयारी करतात त्यांना एक इंटरव्ह्यूची रंगीत तालीम का असते ही आयडिया मिळावी. तसेच इंटरव्ह्यूची तयारी कशा प्रकारे करावी आणि कुठल्या चुका होतात मग इंटरव्ह्यू का द्यायला पाहिजे. नवीन मुलांना जे आहेत स्पर्धा परीक्षेची तयारी करताना आतापासूनच इंटरव्ह्यूची तयारी त्यांनी करावी यासाठी हा इंटरव्ह्यू अपलोड केला आहे. त्यामुळे सर्व मुलांनी हा व्हिडिओ व्यवस्थित पाहावा. त्यांना काय काय चुका झाल्यात, फॉर एक्झाम्पल कम्युनिकेशन स्किलच्या असतील किंवा आय कॉन्टॅक्टच्या रिलेटेड असतील, त्या चुका आतापासूनच कशा तुम्हाला इम्प्रूव्ह करता येतील, ज्यामुळे तुम्हाला इंटरव्ह्यूमध्ये चांगल्या प्रकारे मार्क मिळतील ते तुम्ही पहा. MPSC मेड सिंपल या चॅनलला सबस्क्राईब करा, लाईक करा आणि शेअर करा. भेटू लवकरच नवीन व्हिडिओ असेल. तोपर्यंत ऑल द बेस्ट. मॅगम सर.
Yes, please do.
गुड इव्हनिंग सर.
Good evening. Please take your seat.
थँक्यू सर.
Okay, Mr. Praveen.
Yes.
Praveen, I want you to introduce yourself to the board.
Sir, I am Praveen Dhondibarao Dhanwarkar. I am born and brought up in Nanded district. I born in Dhanora Makta village of Taluka Loha in Nanded district. I completed my schooling of 10th and 12th standard from Nanded itself. After that, I completed my BTech, Bachelor of Technology, from Sri Guru Govind Singh Ji Institute of Engineering and Technology, Vishnupuri, Nanded in Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering. After that, I completed my MTech, Master of Technology, in Wired and Wireless Communication Engineering from College of Engineering, Pune, COEP. Then I started preparation for State Service Public Commission and UPSC examination. Last year, through MPSC 2017, I got selected as Tahsildar.
Okay. So you are currently Tehsildar or you have not yet joined?
Sir, the result recently came 4 to 6 months ago. Joining is yet to come.
And that is a state civil services higher or lower?
Sir, it is class 1 gazetted post.
Okay.
After SDM or Deputy Collector, the second post is Tahsildar.
Okay. But even that does it just fail to justify that somebody who has done AMTech in wired and wireless communication will become a Tehsildar and will look into the land records rather than looking at the data transfer protocols. Why?
Sir, after doing MTech, I have job opportunity in private companies where the work will be in only one domain. When I will be Tahsildar, I will working as Tahsildar. I will work in land record. Along with there are different activities like election, PDS, where diversity of work is there, and we can do some good activities for the society through regulation in Taluka.
But you were not such a bad engineer. I mean, I know I have heard these justification from average engineers getting CGPA of 6.5, not from someone who got 8.89 as CGPA. So obviously you cannot be the person who was afraid of getting into engineering. So
No, sir. I'm not afraid of getting into engineering. I thought that when during MTech I came to know about this UPC and State Public Service Commission. Then I decided to go for that. Not being that afraid of, because of the good opportunities available in the civil services, like diversity of work, public contact. As I came from rural area and resided most of the area in schooling in rural background, so I know what are the problems of the villagers and all those things. So I thought that through this service I can do something.
Since you work with wired and wireless communication, tell me, obviously we do have this option of CDMA or the TDMAs, but why do we need to divide? I mean, why this division is necessary in communication, especially wireless communication? Can there be anything where this spectrum is not divided, can be utilized by every subscriber?
Sir, there are number of users. So for giving them spectrum for particular time or for particular frequency, so we do TDMA and FDMA, and without any division we can go for OFDM signal.
Okay.
Through spectrum OFDM signal can be transmitted.
Fine. Since you did your electronics and telecommunication engineering, and I can see that you like traveling. Can you mention a few platforms which are most important for a traveler, the online platforms which you believe are really an asset for any traveler?
Sorry, sir, I didn't get the question.
Important applications, important websites which you believe the traveler must keep track of in terms of information sharing or other things.
Okay, the first things are from Google. We can search which are the good places like Wikipedia. Then the government website Incredible India. Beside that, sir, I used to do reservation through IRCTC website. That is one of the important platform. Beside that, only thing.
Since you took sociology, can you tell me what is the sociology of cremation? Different communities across the cultures use different methods of disposing dead bodies. What is the sociology of it? Why they choose that particular method which they choose? Hindus burn their dead bodies, Muslims go for burial, and there are other ways of disposing dead bodies. What is the sociology of it?
Sir, it was a religious practice which was followed from historical times, and different religious communities see different that. In Hindu community it is said that if we burn some body, that the fire will go to God. In Muslim religion, the different method is there. They may think that it is like soul is in that and we should preserve it. So they bury it. So in Jain there is a practice of santhar and all this. So due to cultural practices are there and some emotional value attached to it, hence different practices.
Thank you.
Mr. Praveen, can you please tell me from a sociological perspective, what psychology is at play when women are subjected to domestic violence in our country?
Sir, mostly women are subject to domestic violence at home from mother of that husband and other. The first thing is that women are considered as a property after marriage because the patriarchal mindset, which is deeply rooted in the Indian society to some extent. Hence, domestic violence is carried out. Beside that, women are considered as not considered as per equally with the men. Hence, also.
Okay, what in your opinion are the essential ingredients of a happy family?
Sir, in a happy family, I think man and women should be treated equally. There should not be any gender discrimination. And in family, I think there should be extended family, respect for elder people also. And there should not be any educational discrimination for men and women, that male child will be go to good school and female child will be working. That kind of discrimination should not be there. And the family should be satisfied.
Okay, since you have studied sociology, you must be familiar with one very important name, Mr. Emile Durkheim. He has written one book, Suicide, where he talks about altruistic suicide. Can you throw some light on this concept, altruistic suicide?
Yes, sir. Emile Durkheim in his book Last Suicide explained different types of suicide which are prevalent in the society. In altruistic society, sir, man is very much committed to a particular cause. So he feels that aim is not achievable by living here. So he does suicide so that in next world it seems that his aim is achieved. For example, the practice of Sati Pratha, which was prevalent in.
And what kind of society he is talking about when he is saying this kind of suicide, altruistic suicide also is a feature of this society? The society, the component and composition of the society, which society he talks about?
Mr. Egalitarian society, where the value of that man is very deeply attached to the society, and he has to do something which will help society to move upon.
Can you please tell two uncommon things in the societies of India and Pakistan?
Uncommon thing means negative things or
Anything negative or positive, uncommon, which is not prevalent either in India or in Pakistan.
Sir, triple talaq nowadays going on in India. That is uncommon thing.
Thank you, Mr. Praveen.
Praveen, per capita of income India is growing consistently for last several years, but deposit growth rate is declining in recent years. How do you explain this phenomenon?
Sir, I'm not aware about it exactly, sir. It's,
Indians are keeping less and less money as deposits in banks while their income is growing. Why?
Sir, per capita income has increased, but expenditure also has increased. The expenditure on the food and all the things is reduced, but other kind of activities like extra activities, mobile.
But government data suggests that inflation rate is also quite low and it is in a declining territory.
Yes, sir. Inflation in case of food, fuel, and this kind of thing, it is decreased. Nowadays, consumer approach has changed to buy new things, TVs and other facilities. Hence, they are expending more.
Okay, there is a process explained in sociology, Sanskritization. I'm curious to know whether this process involves adoption or imitation of only positive habits or good habits of upper castes, or it involves imitation of negative habits also.
Sir, Sanskrit is mostly followed by lower caste in the Varna system, which are considered as lower caste in the Varna system. But mostly which are the habits or imitations which are appreciated by the society are mostly followed by the lower caste people when in the process of Sanskritization.
So without applying logic whether it is good habit or bad habit, it is imitated because it is popular in the society.
Those are habits which gains respect. Mostly these are positive habits.
Okay. Adherence to Samskara principle makes Indian society a consumerist society. What's your opinion about it? Indians visualize a principle of samskaras, 16 samskaras, like Vivah Sanskara and Teshti Sanskara, and they adhere to that. And that induces them to spend money irrationally.
No, sir, I don't think samskara makes us consumerist. To different sanskara, we learn different things to take and give relationship, reciprocity. Besides that, we learn service to the society.
But Indians are spending huge amount of money on marriage ceremonies unnecessarily. What is the logic of spending lakhs and crores? Recently, a very famous industrialist has spent more than 100 crores on the marriage of his daughter.
Yes, sir, Mukesh Ambani. Sir, marriage is a social institution which add not only to families but the society together. Many people come together, and it's a symbol of solidarity.
So marriage is not an important institution for the individuals who are getting married. It is more important for the larger set of society. So naturally, preference of girl or preference of boy is secondary and tertiary.
No, sir. Now, earlier there was marriages based on family compatibility. Nowadays, individuals are also taken into consideration. Now, new avenues of marriage like website, dating website,
and those marriages are quite economical because that doesn't involve unnecessary expenditures. So do you understand that this joint family norm is suppressing entrepreneurship in Indian youth? Indians keep on preparing for exam until the age of 45. They don't start their enterprises because they feel safe in a joint family setup.
Sir, yes. Up to some extent, studies have found that joint families act as a hindrance to do something new for youth. The family's elder people stop them that you can do thing, you should follow this thing only, you should do agriculture only. But in certain joint family, the elder encourage the youth to have education. Like in my personal, my family allowed me to take education, and they are supporting that you should not be in agriculture. So
Have you heard about Mitakshara Family Code or Mitakshara is School of Family Law and Daya Bhaga is School of Family Law?
yes sir, I heard of it, but now I am not able to. It is related to marriage something, but sir,
Which is more liberal to women? Mitakshara is more liberal to women or Daya Bhaga is more liberal to women?
sir, about that I.
Okay, you don't know. Thank you.
Okay, Praveen. Electronics and telecommunication, wired and wireless communication. So let's assume a situation that you are staying around 10 kilometers away from your girlfriend. And you don't have any communication medium to communicate her. But you have a laboratory where you can make a wireless device. Which kind of wave you will use? I'll give you the option: long radio wave, short radio wave, microwave.
Sir, for short distance communication of 10 kilometer, we can go medium waves or ham radio type activity.
Which kind of frequency, wave we use in ham radio?
Sorry sir, about that I don't know, but it is used for local purpose.
Okay, let's say another situation, if we have to communicate to the satellite or Mangalyaan or Chandrayaan, whatever. So which kind of wave we are going to use?
Sir, we go for electromagnetic waves.
Obviously, radio
High
wave,
frequency
microwave.
we use. Or
Which
long distance communication we use very high frequency range waves.
high frequency range. Can you name the wave? Radio wave, microwave, infrared, ultraviolet. These all are electromagnetic waves. Which one you are going to use?
So mostly radio waves we use.
Okay. Will that radio wave will be able to cross the ionosphere?
Sorry sir, about that I.
Okay, no issues. 5G, what kind of benefit it is going to bring in our life?
5G is a next version, advanced version of 4G. Nowadays we are going for fourth industrial revolution, that is Internet of Things, automation. So 5G will drive this thing. And 4G we have maximum speed of around 45 Mbps. And 5G it is in Gbps speed.
Okay, what is MIMO in 5G? MIMO.
Sorry sir, what that?
Okay. Recently we have launched a supercomputer called Param Shivai. You know about this?
Yes sir, recently it was in news.
Okay. I find this name very amusing. Param series supercomputer, long back we started it. Earlier we had Param 8000, Param 10,000, Param Yuva. And now we are having Param Shivai. Technology and religion put together. Is it a healthy trend that we are putting technology and religion together? That is also a religion of a particular sect which doesn't have a national appeal?
Sir, Shiva was considered as a one which has some unique characteristics. It was considered god of
Destruction. It was considered as god of destruction. You are naming supercomputer with god of destruction.
Which means he has some extra powers.
Okay.
Shiva. And this supercomputer also.
And incidentally, this computer was placed in Varanasi, IIT, PHU, and then it is named Param Shivai. Do you find any link? And that is the seat of sitting Prime Minister also.
No, sir. The name is given to that computer because the god has certain strength, so the name is given. I don't think find any link between that, and there is nothing in name. But supercomputer is important for us.
Okay, India is emerging as a dumping ground for the e-waste. There is a lot of trans-border movement of the, semi-used equipment that comes to India. We use it and then we throw it. What kind of policy we should have to curb this tendency? And do we have something to seize the trans-border movement of the e-waste?
Yes, sir. In India, there is Electronic Waste Handling Rules 2013. Besides that, there are trans-boundary agreements like Rotterdam Convention, Basel Convention, Amsterdam Convention also there. We can see that the electronic waste reuse, recycle, that principle, that the mobile which are we are using, the company should take back the mobiles in some price They should reuse the semiconductor in those.
You swim? That is your hobby? Swimming?
Yes, sir. I used to swim in rivers, and in our area there is a big well in the village.
Okay.
There I was used.
Whenever we swim, then we feel afloat. I mean, a little weightlessness that we can feel. Why it is so? What is the scientific reason behind it?
Sir, it is based on Archimedes principle that if some body is dropped into the water, the water try to have some buoyant force from downwards. Hence, we feel float.
And if we need to measure the force exerted by the water body, then what can we do?
Sir, it depends on the how much water is displaced when body is dispersed in the water.
Okay, fine.
We can measure the force.
Praveen, if we look at India's international relations, with Pakistan, India's relations have not been good over the years. But recently what we have seen is India is not even engaging Pakistan. There are no talks. And India is following a strategy of isolating Pakistan. Now you tell me whether this is a solution or this will make the Pakistan problem even bigger for India.
Sir, in historic times during different prime minister era, we tried to have soft diplomacy through different like Lahore, Multan bus corridor. Recently also Kartarpur we also tried to have soft diplomacy. But Pakistan is still producing and exporting terrorism. So I think creating international pressure is a good
As a
thing.
student of sociology, what do you think? Not engaging, isolating somebody, will it solve a problem or will it increase a problem?
Sir, we tried our best to have discussion with Pakistan, but if the country is not listening, then through international community and through economic restrictions, all those things, they will have to.
What is track to diplomacy?
Sir, track to diplomacy is like soft diplomacy, that is engaging people to people contact and newspaper, media, and sportsmanship.
Okay. What do you understand by a deep state? Deep state.
Sorry, sir, about that. I don't.
Okay. Who is considered as the father of Indian sociology?
The Sri Govind Sadashiv Ghore, G.S. Ghore, is considered the father of Indian sociology.
Okay. What is his main contribution?
Sir, he established sociology discipline in Mumbai University, and secondly, he developed a new perspective for the study of sociology, like ideological perspective.
Okay. If you become a civil servant and if there is a choice for you between psychology and sociology, which subject would you want that your subordinates should know to deal with public better? Psychology is study of individual behavior and sociology is study of group behavior.
I think, sir, instead of individual, we should think of study of society, because society is made of different individuals. Hence, I think sociology will be the better
Will be the better option.
option for
Okay.
subordinates.
Recently, Maratha community in Maharashtra has taken out long marches, like silent marches, a very novel way of protest. What is your view? This demand for Maratha reservation, is it justified?
Sir, in Maharashtra, State Backward Commission studied the condition of Maratha community. Actually, earlier Maratha community was based on agriculture. Land was considered as the main criteria. But nowadays, I also have seen that many people from Maratha caste also are living miserable life. So I think their demand for reservation due to
Is
this
justified.
is justified.
Is it the only way of addressing their problems?
No, sir, this is not only the way, because in the government there are only 4 to 5% seats. Besides that, the main cause, that is agricultural districts, should be addressed, and they should be provided with good skills, so that in private sector.
Okay,
more
recently
opportunities.
there was a verdict of Supreme Court on Mumbai dance bars. So my question to you is, what is your view? Should state engage in moral policing?
Sir, I think according to Constitution, we have right to profession, and the earlier it was tried to ban the dance bar, earlier government, but it was found that due to different studies that many women become lost livelihood opportunities. Many were engaged in prostitution.
So dance bars should be allowed, or they should be allowed with some restrictions?
Yes, some with regulation, dance bar should be allowed. Honorable Supreme Court also have given some regulations.
Okay, thank you.
Praveen, your birthday is on 30th January. Why is this date important?
Sir, 30 January, in 30 January 1948, our father of nation, Sri Mahatma Gandhi, was assassinated by a Hindu extremist Nathuram Godse in 1948.
Who was Chief Minister of Maharashtra at that time?
In 1948. In 1948, Maharashtra was, sir, like Bombay province. It was not a state.
It was Bombay province. Who was Chief Minister of Bombay province in 1948?
Sir, our Bal Gangadhar Kher, BG Kher was at that time. Yes.
Has he anything to do with the death of Gandhiji?
Sorry, sir, about that. I'm not able to read.
You're not able to read. You like traveling. Consider a situation that a foreigner, a friend of yours, visit you in Maharashtra, and he's a tourist. And generally it is asked, where will you take him in Maharashtra? That is not the question. Question is, what are the 3 places you will not take this foreign tourist so as to avoid bad image of Maharashtra? What are the 3 places you will advise not to visit in Maharashtra?
Sir, the first place in Amravati, Melghat region, where there is prevalence of malnutrition, infant mortality, IMR is there.
Okay.
Tribal population is there.
Amravati, because extreme poverty is there.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Besides that, sir, all places are good, I think.
All places are good.
Yes, sir.
So only poverty is a bad thing in Maharashtra. Everything else is okay.
No, sir, there is problem of malnutrition and all those things.
Okay,
Daily
Praveen,
issues.
it was very